If you'd like this edge, right, or a vertex or anything like that to be at exactly the same height on the z-axis as, let's say, this edge over here, okay. Now you might not want that, but in this case let's assume that we do want these to be at the same height. As you can see, they're not entirely at the same height. This one's a bit higher, right? Okay, so what you do is you've got to follow a couple steps. So first of all, you select this one, right? This is the one that you want to use as the standard height, so to speak. Then you go Shift S on your keyboard. There is a manual way to do this, but I find it's actually easier to do it with the keyboard shortcuts. So you go Shift S, and then you choose Cursor to Selected. So that'll move your 3D cursor to the center of the selected edge in this case. Then you press Shift on your keyboard and you select the edge, in this case, that you want to conform to that height, and then you press S for scale, and then you press Z for the Z axis, and then you press 0 to bring it down. Okay, so that's very, very useful trick, which I struggled with for a long time before I figured out how to do it. So now you got those two edges at exactly the same height. Alright, so now let's see, I think we want to bring this one maybe back a little bit. So we select this edge, we select G to move it, and then we select X to move it along the X axis, and then we simply move our mouse until we have it where we want it, let's say there, for this cartoonish style of vehicle. Okay, now let's work on the back over here. So since this is a pickup truck, you basically want to cut out this back area over here, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to do the same, Control R to create an extra loop cut in here. Press left click and then left click again, right, to set it right there. And then what we're going to do is select this top edge, G to grab it, and then Z or Z to bring it down again. Okay, and then we do that same thing that we did earlier on. So we select this one because that's the height we want it to be at. Then we go Shift S, and then we select Cursor to Selected at the bottom here, and then Shift and click on this edge so that we have them both selected. Then we go S for scale, and then we go Z because that's the axis we want to move it along, and then 0 to bring them to the same height. So there we go. Okay, now we can select this edge over here, and what we actually want, right, is we want this edge to be basically in line with this edge over here. So you can maybe guess how we do that. It's the same as what we just done twice, in front here and over here, but this time it's going to be on a different axis. So what you do first is you want this one to align to that one, right? So you select this one first, you go Shift S and then Cursor to Selected, so that'll put the 3D cursor over there. Then Shift Select, bring this one over here, and then we go S, and now this is important. This time we want it to be on the on the X-axis. On the X-axis, it's going to be along the X-axis, right? So okay, so we've gotten there. So we go S, and then we go X, and then go 0, and then there you go. Now they are aligned. Okay,